All right. Now, believe it or not, we get to the good stuff. This is where the fun begins because right now we are going to map out your entire email marketing promotional calendar for the entire year. I'll give you an overview of what that looks like, but then you take the chunk that makes sense for you. If you're just starting out, you know what? We're going to just start out the first month. If you're a little more ahead of the game, we can plan out a quarter. And if you're really dialed in, we can plan out the entire year. So there's an exercise and a worksheet in your workbook that I'm going to reference. There's two versions. There's a blank template version that you're going to fill in, and then there's an example of a filled out version of what that could possibly look like for offer promotion throughout the year using email specifically. Now, I call this my year at a glance planning calendar because literally you see the whole year at a glance. What we can then do is plot out all the email promotions. And by promotion, I don't just mean sales promotion. You want to promote your content too. That is super important because it's adding that value in advance. Think of treating and nurturing your email list like a bank account. Relationships themselves are kind of like emotional bank accounts. We want to tap into that, okay? So use the 80-20 rule when you do that. 80% of the time, even the 90-10 rule, 80 to 90% of the time, you constantly want to be adding value in their inbox. If you do that, every once in a while, that earns you the right to ask for something in return. It's all about reciprocity. Add value, add value, add value, ask for a little bit in return. That's what we call an email promotion or sale. So what does that look like? You have a blank canvas in front of you. Let's turn to the filled out version. You see all these different examples of promotions on the year at a glance planning calendar. Now, this can be anything you want to promote, including content. And it doesn't have to be difficult, guys. Don't get all in a tizzy about, I don't know what to promote or what to create. That's content creation. Sounds like a lot of work. If you've been following the bouncing ball up until now, you already have 4 offers. Remember funnel foundations here? We have the lead magnet. That's 1 offer. Entry point offer. That's 2 offers. Your core offer. That's 3 offers. And your profit maximizer. You already have 4 offers to promote. When someone brings me in to be their fractional CMO, I typically know how well their business is doing simply by opening up their promotional calendar. If it's blank, you know what they're relying on? Word of mouth and referrals, aka hope marketing. We want to avoid that. We want to drive sales. This is how we do it. What you want to do is start promoting your 4 offers. Lead magnets. That's value in advance. That's free. It's unpaid. Huge value. I have one client I work with. We developed not 1, not 2. We have 7 different lead magnets. We're working on building up to 10 and more. Now, every single time you introduce a new lead magnet into your business, guess what? You can promote it. So much so that with this one company, this client of mine, we developed what we call affectionately known as the ELMO. Elmo, lead magnet of the week. So remember tiny little fuzzy Elmo from Sesame Street? We color code that red on the planning calendar in honor of the Elmo from Sesame Street. Just by having 1 lead magnet, you can promote that. Maybe if you only have 1, you're promoting it once a month. You have an email campaign which can be automated. Set it and forget it once to rinse and repeat. Go once every month. Multiple lead magnets, you can do a lead magnet a week. I like to promote getting in their inboxes at least once a week, okay? And you can do that through that technique, using an Elmo, lead magnet of the week. And there's a big misconception or a big concern, at least, if you're new to email marketing, about how many times you email your list because you want to come across as spammy. Remember, that's where segmentation comes in. You're not spammy at all if you're adding value to their lives, right? They want this stuff. They signed up to receive this stuff. They opted in, you got their permission. What about other content? You want to promote that too. Let's say you're running a podcast or any other content marketing. If you have a blog and blog articles, publishing the content isn't good enough. There's that old adage, field of dreams, build it and they will come. Not always. Sometimes you launch something out on your website or out in the universe, and what do you hear? Crickets. Nothing. Nada. Why? Because you didn't promote it. Email is the perfect tool to do that, especially when your list grows in size. So let's say you are a blogger and you publish a new blog article. Ideally, you want to publish content once a week too. So let's say you're blogging once a week or podcasting once a week or YouTubing once a week, whatever your medium is. Plotted on this calendar in the sample version, you will see that you can promote blog articles or podcasts, right? And you can alternate those every other week, for example. Ideally, you want to stick to a schedule. Let's say you're launching a blog article every Thursday, and you train your list to expect a blog article to be released every Thursday or a podcast to be released every Thursday. You get on a routine schedule. You can do all of these at once and schedule them in. You don't have to be on the hamster treadmill of content creation every single week. You can take a full day and pump out a whole bunch of videos or write a whole bunch of blog articles, put them in the queue, scheduled out in advance, and you can have 1, 2, 3 months, 2 quarters, 3 quarters of content scheduled in advance. So you might dedicate a weekend or a week to it, whatever, pumping out all this content, scheduling it, and it's done. Set it and forget it. That gives you the breathing room to keep on creating more and publishing more and promoting it via email. Does that all make sense so far? So you can see on the calendar, we're promoting lead magnets. You see on the calendar, we're promoting articles or podcasts. And by promoting, all I mean by that is you're announcing its existence to your warm market, the people on your list. And if you can't sell to your warm market guys, if they are not interested in your content, you're certainly not going to be able to sell to a cold market. So your email list becomes a great incubator to test new offers and see how it performs. It's fantastic. You can survey your list and interrogate them essentially, or ethically bribe them to give you answers and feedback to stuff that they want to see that adds value to their lives, and then create it for them. Then you just simply offer it to them, announce it through email. Press releases, another great thing. You can promote press releases or company announcements. All these things, I'm just giving you some ideas to cue your imagination and stir it up a little bit on what you could possibly offer to your list. Sky's the limit, right? It's up to you. It's your business to drive this forward. My point is you want to be in their inbox for that top of mind awareness. So when they are ready to buy, if they haven't bought already, they will, because you're building a relationship with them. That's the name of the game. Content first, add value first, ask for sales later. That's how you want to use this. Plan out your promotional calendar for the entire year when you get to that stage. Don't forget, you already have 4 offers. If you're doing everything that I mentioned so far, then just promote those once a month. I want to advise you to only do a sale or ask for something in return no more than once a month, maybe even once a quarter, depending on your email frequency. That's what I would encourage you to do. Study the calendar, then look at the blank version. How does it apply to you? What would you fill that in with? What is your content? If you don't have any, start. It's simple. Take out your iPhone and shoot a video. Easy. If you're not comfortable with that, script it out. Pretend you're talking to a friend, doing it in an interview style with a real friend or with a business colleague, right? Just have a true life conversation and film it. That's an easy peasy way to start generating content. If you don't even have that, or if you're uncomfortable, here's a quick cheat method. You can do it without producing any content whatsoever. Go get a relevant YouTube video that already exists and promote someone else's content. It doesn't have to be yours. The point is get in their inbox and add value. If you're a marketing nerd, for example, and that's your business, that's your avatar is other marketers, go get a marketing video from Dan Kennedy or one of the gurus out there, Ryan Deiss himself, and say, hey, here's a little synopsis. I love this video because, and you're saying that in email and get it in their inbox. Hey, this is one of my favorite videos or favorite concepts. Here's my 3 favorite tricks to do XYZ in marketing. Whatever it is, you describe what it is, you tease it in the email so they click through. Oh, that's the ultimate game. You want them, you're sending all this content to get the click in the email. Once they do that, if they click, that's a form of engagement. Remember the engage stage? Remember way back when I described how the customer value journey plays into all of this and email marketing. And I said it started with the subscribe stage, but it slides back to the engage phase. This is an example of that. They're on your list now. You're sending them value-added content. They click through to that content because it doesn't live in the email necessarily. It lives elsewhere on your blog or on your podcast, on your YouTube channel, right? To drive further engagement to your website. That increases its own Google juice. It increases your email engagement. That's that word. There's that word again, right? The engage stage in the customer value journey. So all these things, hopefully you can see how they start to tie together, and it's not going to work unless you promote it. Don't rely on word of mouth or referrals. Again, that's hope marketing. Rely on your promotion of your own stuff. You are ultimately responsible for your business and its performance. This is a great way on how to get it off the ground.